Is Mario He, who narrowly wins the lag. So the sweet Cumin from Austria gets to break off. I like his technique. Gave those a good old-fashioned wallop call.
Yeah, he will not hold back on the break. I'm sure if you've been following the Nineball tour this season, you've heard me talk about a group of players who are yet to win one of the big majors. Of course, Mario has done very good on the European tour, and he's won the World Cup of Pool twice with Albin Ocean. But he definitely comes under that bracket of players who would love to win a US Open, World Nineball Championships, World Masters, UK Open now, of course. Beautiful player, real class act. But he would like to take that shot again. Didn't quite come out how he would have liked. Looking very bright today is Mario, sporting his yellow t-shirt to match his hair.
Yeah, rush hour outside of the Copper Box Arena at the moment, but in that shirt, I don't think he'd be run over.
Well, he'll be trying to run over his opponent in this match. Is he playing a cheeky bank shot? Let's get the cue ball out of the way quick. So the first mistake comes from Mario. Thorsten Hohmann, he's been around the pool scene a long time.
And like his German World Cup of Pool partner next month, Joshua Filler, he's absolutely cut a swathe through this tournament. Would you believe, Carl, coming into this match, he's fifth of the event. He's won 36 racks for the loss of 7. 9-2, 9-0, 9-1, 9-3.
Well, there's going to be players who qualify for the final 16 who have really got their money's worth, if you like. But Thorsten Hohmann, well, he could just make it there unscathed, couldn't he? That's incredible.
Yeah, he whitewashed Chetan Chahabra of India 9-0 in his second match. I think his best victory in terms of name recognisability was his last one. He overcame Alex Kazakis 9-3. Well done to Thorsten Hohmann, the man they call the Hitman. He's 42 years of age, turns 43 in July, from Fulda in Germany. And as Carl said, he's been around for many a year now. In fact, he's been right at the top of the game, for a couple of decades. He's won 2 World Nineball Championships, 10 years apart. Firstly in 2003, and then he regained the title in 2013. Also a World Straight Pool champion on multiple occasions. Started playing the game at the age of 9. On his 10th birthday, he was given a miniature pool table as a gift. And from there, well, the rest is pool history. When he won that first world title in 2003, it was something of a shock. He overcame Earl Strickland in the semi-finals, then defeated Alex Pagulayan in the extended final, 17-10. Becoming the third German at that time to be world champion after Oliver Ortmann and Ralf Suke.
Yeah, another powerful break. I think the referee's going to be required here. 2 balls have landed inside the template. Now I wonder if the 1 ball pots past the 9. Yeah, from this view, it does look like it will do. I think he was trying to flip the 8 ball then. I presume he was. Because the 4 ball looks... Oh, it looks awkward, doesn't it?
Well, that was rather badly cued. I thought he was adopting the looped bridge, which you see an awful lot in pool. But there was unwanted side spin on that, on the cue ball, that is. That's what caused him to miss the 2.
Yeah, we did see this at the World Championships, actually. I remember being in comms for one of Thorsten's matches, and I think that's the one part of his game that seems to be vanishing. It's them long pots. Well, he needs this 2 ball to keep rolling, otherwise he's left a pot.
Impassive as he walks away from the table, Mario He. Hard to read what he's thinking. I would suspect he has got some form of cover.
Thorsten's using the jump stick, just going over the edge. I'd love to just stop the cue ball there, maybe even try and draw it back. Oh, delightful. Now he's going to play a beautiful hook safe behind this 8. Mario's going to be jammed on top of the 8 ball. Thorsten would like to get the cue ball touching the 8. That takes away the easy escape. Yeah, so now he can't go off the left or the right side. He's going to have to go off the top rail. 2 rails.
Mario needs to be super to get away with this. And look at the balls, no clusters, no nests. Everything in the open should Well, not a bad escape, but he has left the 4 the gap is there.
Yeah, it was a nice 3-rail contact. The rest was out of his hands, he just had to make a good hit. And in doing so, it's going to pay off because he's going to get back out of his chair. There's no bank shot available here, so he's got to be playing safe. Thin safety, 2 rails behind the 6. If that's on, that's the shot he will play. If he overhits it, he's got the 9 ball. The worst thing you can do in that instance is underhit it.
Has the cue ball made the necessary journey?
He's gone for his jump cue. Well, he's not even got his jump cue out of his bag yet, so it's going to take a few seconds. That's okay, screw it together now. It's a funny looking jump cue, isn't it? Like a purple colour. Yellow t-shirt, purple jump cue. Very flamboyant today is Mario.
Yeah, let's hope that his cue action is a little more coordinated.
Going to leave a pot here. Yeah, he's going to leave a pot. The jump shot's gone wrong.
I can't believe that. One of the easiest spots I've seen missed over the course of the 4 days, and surely this cue ball hasn't gone behind the jaw and snookered poor old Mario He.
Well, it's another long pot missed. We've only played 1 rack and a tiny bit of the second, and he's missed 2 balls already. We've seen matches where players have missed no balls. Can Mario get past the jaw? Well, even if he can, how does he get back down for this 6? Because he can only hit the top of the cue ball, so you feel like that's going to keep spinning. That's why he's jacking down. He's trying to spear this ball in. Well, that's a nice shot. Very nice shot indeed.
Yeah, when you miss 2 balls, as Hohmann's done in this rack, at this level, you can't expect any kind of success.
Can he just get the cue ball? Yeah, that's a good shot. Pay attention, 3 rails, anywhere in the middle of the table. He's got a shot on this 7 ball. Nicely done.
Mario He, the younger of the 2 players involved in this contest, at the age of 28. He's had a good career so far. Not great, but good. And as Carl said, I think he's got the potential to win a tournament of this ilk. He's won that rack, even though Thorsten Hohmann had 2 chances to go 2-0 ahead. In actuality, it's 1-1. After the busy scene we've had here at the Cobble Box over the last 4 days, it's relatively quiet now. Just 4 matches going on. And 4 fiercely contested matches they are too. Wojciech Szewczyk and Niels Feyen, 6-6. David Alcady against Mieszko Fortunski, 4-4. Mark Bosch is 5-3 up on John Morra. Sanjan Polovanovic is 6-2 up on Mika Immonen. We only know so far 5 players through to the last 16 and the single elimination, which will start here at 11 o'clock local time tomorrow morning. We will know a 6th at the end of this match. What we also know, Carl, as he breaks off in the 3rd rack, is that Thorsten Hohmann needs to tidy up his potting.
Yeah, especially them long pots, Phil. That is correct. Can Mario bank this in the side off the pink 4 ball? Not sure if it's going to throw a little too wide or not. If he can't, he might try and get the 1 ball on the bottom rail and try and draw the cue ball off 2 rails behind the purple 5.
Another match has just begun on the 1-loss side. Daniel Maciol, little time to recover from his defeat by Shane Van Boning, is back out there on table 4, taking on Lo Ho Sum.
He's undecided at the minute. So that's the shot he's elected to play, the safety shot. If he can just get to the rail after the pink 4, does look like he can attack this safety. But going off the short rail, the 2nd rail, kicking this 1 behind, looks like it would send the 1 into the 9, so this is tricky. Oh, he's scratched. So the smart move this time from Mario gives him ball in hand.
Yeah, Mario is best known for winning those 2 World Cups with Albin Auschen for Austria in 2017 and 2019 respectively. But he won a very big event in Ohio last year, and he's won 4 times on the Euro Tour, which is, as you know, Carl, no mean feat.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest tours around. All the Europeans show up to them. Never easy to win them, so he's more than capable.
He's also a twice European 8-ball champion. The second of those victories coming only last year. He's got a good CV. And he's also got a very good record in this tournament so far, which I'm going to outline in a moment. Mario He leads Thorsten Hohmann 2-1. Yeah, he's been dominant in his matches as well. In his first 4, he's won 36 racks for the loss of 8. I think his best two results, he beat Bader Alawadi, who will represent Kuwait in the World Cup next month, 9-3, and then overcame Ko Ping Chung, 9-1. So the Mario He I is in. Updated scores, Niels Feijen, having been 5-0 down against Wojciech Szewczyk, has just arrived on the hill. Feijen leads 8-6. David Al-Kadi in quite a slow-moving affair over on table 2. He's 5-4 up on Mieszko Fortunski. Mark Bajtebosch 6-3 up on John Morra. And Sanyan Perlovanovic 7-2 up on Mika Immonen. The Al-Kadi-Fortunski match actually is rather surprising. I expected those two to play a very swift match, but it's not worked out that way. Been lots of scrappy racks so far.
Yeah, that's a dogfight over on that table. Judgment day, day 4 of a possible 6. The final 2 days will consist of the final 16 players in a single elimination format. Race to 11, but race to 13 in the final.
Some noise breaking out from somewhere. Spectators singing certain songs.
Yeah, singing David Al-Kadi at the moment, trying to G him up as he trails 5-4 in that match.
He actually leads 5-4, Carl.
My eyes are going, I even looked at your laptop, Phil. Wow. It's been a long week. But it's not been as long for me as it has been for some of these pool players. Desperate to make it through to tomorrow. The whole complexion of this event will change. The trophy will be removed out of centre court and a table shall be put in. All the Sky Sports cameras will be around that table. The pressure will be notched up. Back to the action. Mario's looking good here. Just connect the dots, buddy. That's all you've got to do.
I think it's fair to say, I think you'll agree, Carl, that Mario He, considering what he's done in the game, would be regarded as one of the best players, the best European players yet to play in the Mosconi Cup.
Yeah, that's right. He actually qualified one year, Phil, but he had to pull out of the event, which was a real shame. All he's doing there is just making sure he leaves a nice angle on the 8. It's all very simple, this.
Over on table 5, Niels Feijen getting within a handful of pots of victory. I'll let you know if he gets there. Well, it's not just the scoreline here. There's no doubt Mario He looking the pick of these two. He leads 3-1. Sanyan Perlovanovic on the hill against Mika Immonen. Perlovanovic leading 8-2. After 1 hour, 20 minutes of play, it's still 5-4 Al-Kadi over Fortunski. Mark Bajtebosch, 7-3 up on John Morra. And as I said before, Niels Feijen closing in on victory over Wojciech Szewczyk, but he's not quite there yet. He's 8-6 up and just, I think, 3 pots away Mario He, for a long time, has been in the shadow of Albin Auschen, but not in this tournament now. That was one of the most surprising scorelines of the whole week. If you're just joining us, Albin Auschen defeated today and eliminated from the tournament due to a 9-0 whitewash by Robbie Capito.
So this is another good chance for Mario to extend the lead. Could just float over to the side of the table off one rail, or he could choose to spin it round the top end of the table. It's up to him, probably just go the one rail. There you see, nice angle.
You heard the shout. It came from Niels Feijen, who's defeated Wojciech Szewczyk by 9 racks to 6. That after trailing 5-0. Feijen becomes the 6th man through to the last 16, the single elimination phase of this tournament. Well done to the Terminator. This multifunctional bridge rest. This is the equivalent of a spider in snooker. It looks so ungainly, Carl.
Yeah, this doesn't look good at all, I'm fearing, for Mario here. Oh, he's ended up doing well there. That looks a scary object, doesn't it, Phil?
I was saying, I was commentating with Jeremy the other day. In snooker, there are 3 spider rests, we call them. The conventional spider, the branding iron, and the swan neck. In pool, it's 1 rest, and that's your lot.
I mean, he's a little thinner than he would have liked to. And I just mean that purely on the speed side of this shot, not the actual pot. Of course you would think he's going to pot this, but this is why he's up and down. He's actually looking at going 4 rails.
I'm not saying this is going to happen here, but we've seen this shot undercut on a number of occasions this week. Overcut this time. Oh, what a gross error. And that could be a big turning point.
Well, talk about a miss-hit. Look at that. He didn't even hit the jaws.
Earlier today, when we were doing the Jonas Soto Camino match, he went in off in potting an 8-ball against Jason Shaw. Ultimately, it didn't cost him the match, but it cost him quite a few racks. And you get the sense Mario He could be fully punished here. He was on the cusp of taking a very handy lead, was the Austrian. Now, though, he's only in front by a single rack at 3-2. That call was a wholesale misjudgment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just kind of come from nowhere. I mean, it was thin, but it wasn't that difficult, let's be honest.
David Alcady, 6-4 up now against Mieszko Fortunski. Sajin Pilovanovic still on the hill against Mika Immonen at 8-2. Mark Bajtebosch on the hill at 8-3. And the the most overworked player in the tournament so far. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz is getting ready to rev up again. He will now take on Shevchik, who's looking to bounce back from that painful defeat against Fine. Remember, Shevchik beaten 9-6 from 5-0 up. Must be difficult, Carl, when you're sent to the one-loss side of the draw and you have to almost immediately go back into the cauldron of battle.
Yeah, on the final day, it's actually not too bad because you feel like there's a target there. But if you were to lose your very first match or your second match of the event, and you've got to come back 3 days on the spin, you know, that losers round one match that we played on the opening night, if you lose that one and you got to keep coming back, that can be, it's actually more of a mental thing than a physical and how you're playing. You've got to be in the right frame of mind for it, but these pool players are used to that.
Another result for you. Sanyan Pilovanovic completed a commanding 9-2 victory over Mika Immonen. It might be a little bit disrespectful to say this, Carl, but the key action of Hohmann so far doesn't instill the greatest amount of confidence. Jittery. Regardless, though, the double world champion is going to be back on level terms. In goes the 9. It is 3-3. And I can tell you that Mark Bosch has defeated John Morrow 9-3, so the Dutchman moves on. Morrow wonders what might have been. On table 4, a match just in the early stages. Daniel Maciel leads Loho Sum 2-0. Coming up in a while, Robbie Capito will take on Skylar Woodward. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz and Wojciech Shevchik, they're just about to start out as well. And that David Alcady Mieszka Fortunski match is a real grind. An hour and a half they've been playing. Alcady leads 6-4, no quarter given. And it's going to be 6-5 now. Fortunski just knocking in a simple 9 to reduce the deficit, to halve his deficit.
Cue ball's running up towards the corner, needs to slow down. Well, it wasn't the correct path anyway, so he's okay. The 1-9 combo is kind of on, but just to the sheer distance he's faced with, he won't really fancy it. If he could get a good cue ball, he might have a go. Well, he tried to duck the cue ball, but as he got there, if Mario can see an edge, the right hand side of this, he's going to get Thorsten in a world of trouble. This is going to work out a treat for Mario.
And as you say, Carl, Hohmann really asked for that. It was a loose one, wasn't it, his previous safety?
Nearly got away with it, didn't he? But Mario can chop this ball in.
I think it's a situation where the 6 actually might provide a potting guide. Not that he needs it.
Yeah, I think he's okay there. It looks like he can see enough of the 2.
For me, he's been appreciably the best player in the match so far, and right now he's got nothing to show for it.
Yeah, it was just that glaring error on the 7, wasn't it? And who knows what score it might have been if he'd have run the table. But now he's got a good chance to just get another game lead and start again with this winner break format. Been playing a race to 9 on the opening 4 days. Tomorrow it changes though. We move to race to 11, the final 16. That is all the way through to the final, and then the final will be a race to 13.
Yeah, really looking forward to tomorrow. The additional length of race. The players we have here, guaranteed so many big names. And then it's all cutthroat. No second chance, saloon, win or depart.
Table 2 is now 6-6. Arkady versus Fortunsky.
At the end of this rack call, I'm going to ask you a question, so I'll give you prior warning to think of a cogent answer. Right now, at this precise moment, who's your favourite to capture the title? Don't answer me now, at the end of the rack. So I want to know the identity of the player and the reasons why.
You love putting me on the spot, don't you, Phil? Cheers, thanks for that.
Well, I've given you 3 balls notice.
Can I pick 2?
Nope. He regains the lead. Mario in front at 4-3. Okay then, Carl. The question, who's your favourite to capture the title?
I'm just going to nip to the bathroom, Phil, I think. Who's my favourite to pick up the title? I mean, I've got to go with SVB or Filler, and it's just so hard for me to pick one of them. I think I'm going to go SVB.
I think that's a reasonable conclusion, what you came to there. They have been superb, both of them so far. I think if we're going to talk about a third, for me, a potential winner would be Denis Okolio, because he's playing some very inventive pool. And I think with every match he has, he just gets stronger and stronger. And I know I spoke to him on an interview today, and he was saying just how much winning this tournament would mean to him. And he's always difficult to beat. He's got so many moves. But you're right, Filler and SVB, the standout candidates.
Yeah, my pick is purely based on the fact of SVB's break. He's going to be going full pelt down the head ball like he did at the World Championships. And he's so good at controlling the cue ball off that shot. So that is literally the only reason why I'm picking SVB.
In a winners' qualification match over on table 2, there's been a change of lead. Mieszko Fortunski is now 7-6 up on David Al-Kaidi.
It's a good chance for Mayo to forget about that 7 ball that he messed up earlier on. Landed a little short of pace here. He'd like to have the cue ball just to run a little bit more.
Little overzealous with the screw back.
He's a very nice cueist, he's Mario. He isn't he? You can just see on the shot. Delivers the cue nice.
Always forms a formidable partnership with Albin Auschen in the World Cup. When you consider when they won in 2017, the last 3 nations they defeated: England, China, and then USA. Van Boning and Woodward. Now that's a tough draw, and they negotiated it with great skill.
So this 9-ball to gain another 2-rack lead.
Yeah, there it is. Mario He, 2 in front again, as he was at 3-1. So it's all strangely quiet, this arena, after being a hive of activity over the last 4 days. The number of matches required to get to this last 16 single elimination phase dwindling down. Scorelines we can tell you. Daniel Maciel on the 1-loss side, 4-0 up on Low Ho Sam. Also on the 1-loss side, Wojciech Szewczyk trying to bounce back from that defeat by Neil Svian. He's taken the opening rack against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. Over on table 2, Mieszko Fortunski, still 7-6 up on David Al-Kaidi. And then it's the centre stage match we're concentrating on right now. I will say about Al-Kaidi though, on table 2, he's just knocked in the 6th ball. Has a chance to draw level, although shape on the 7 leaves a lot to be desired. We'll let you know.
Two balls made on the break. This looks quite a nasty shot, actually. I don't think the yellow one passes the brown 7 into the top right corner. Could cut it in the top left, but then the cue ball's going to be going 3 rails. Got to avoid the purple 5, so this is awkward.
At the end of this rack, Carl, I'm going to ask you another question. So again, I'll give you pre-warning of it. Your favourite moment of the tournament so far? But keep your powder dry.
Well, I would say you buying me dinner, but I'm still waiting, Phil.
Well, you're a northerner. You call dinner lunch. Or you call lunch dinner, I should say.
Is he trying to attack the table here? He is. He's got to avoid the 5. Cue ball needs to slow down. He's going towards the 8. Needs to bump the 8. That was a good effort. Very good effort. Well, the opening shot of this rack was splendid. That was what has carved out this opportunity for a 3-game lead. What a beauty that was. Al-Kaidi ties the match up over on table 2. 7-7. That's winners qualification. The loser of that match is not out. They go straight into the losers qualification final. The winner advances through to tomorrow.
Now then, this is a little bit of a knee knocker because the cue ball is close to the side rail. It's still a ball you would fully expect him to knock in, but there's just a scintilla of doubt. Well done, Mario. He's doubling up on Thorsten Hohmann. He leads 6-3. He needs 3 more racks to book his place here tomorrow. Okay then, Cole, that question. Favourite moment of the tournament so far?
I enjoyed the Shaw Jonas match. I thought that was a good match. I thought it was very evenly matched. Both players run a package and made the odd little mistake, 1 or 2 mistakes each. So I thought that was a nice match, and obviously it went hill-hill. What about your good self, Phil?
I think my favourite story of the tournament so far has been Robbie Capito, because he was suffering from COVID-19. He had 2 negative test results. So then he was able to travel here. He was lucky enough to get a flight over. He arrived at 9:30 on Tuesday morning, had to play just a few hours later, won 9-8 against Robin Cripps, and he's still battling away. What a great story that would be if he went on to lift the trophy.
Well, this is it, you see, you get all the juicy stories. That's the first I've heard of that one, Phil. You like keeping these stories to yourself, don't you?
Listen to the stream. It's been on there. I've been imparting that knowledge all week. Yeah, I mean, he didn't think he was going to be able to play. And just everything fell into place.
So Capito, he has 1 more match to qualify?
Yes, he does. Not going so well for the other youngster from Hong Kong, China, still involved, Lo Ho Sum. He's 4-0 down to Daniel Maciol on the 1-loss side.
Ooh, hooked himself. That's gone wrong, hasn't it? Gone wrong indeed. He can get just past the 9 ball and make contact with a 3. I don't know if he can make contact off the 1 rail though and just nestle the 3 onto the side rail. He's actually not looked at that route yet. I mean, it's probably more lends itself to the 2 rail kick that way.
Just quickly talking about Robbie Capito, he is going to be on table 2 against Skylar Woodward at the conclusion of Alkady Fortunsky. Look at this, look at this. Oh, I thought he'd squeezed it in.
Yeah, that was a glamorous kick shot there, 3 rails.
Again, that rickety rest.
Uh-oh. That has not come out good for Thorsten at all, has it? He's going to be kicking at this. Just trying to catch the left side of that 7, wasn't he? And hit it too full.
Yeah, as the cue ball was running directly towards the 7, you just knew his fate.
He's going to leave a shot here. So that was a little bit of a chance for Thorsten to just try and get back in this match and stay at the table. 7-3 is a very healthy lead indeed.
Now there you see a really good shot from behind Mario here of the cue action. He's a straight shooter. The elbow delivered very nicely. Good timing. And when you have a technique like his, under pressure, that helps immeasurably. No shot clock as yet, but it will be instituted tomorrow. 30 seconds with 1 30-second extension per player per rack. And so the speed of the contests will have to increase. I think certain players will just play completely naturally. Never seems to hinder the likes of Joshua Filler, does it, the 30-second shot clock? But others might feel a little rushed by it, especially having played 4 days without it and then having to cope.
Well, he's not happy about something, is he? So I can only presume it's a bit tied to them, what we all think, and maybe if he draws the cue ball back, he feels it's going towards the 9. I don't know. You milked it, Mario. What's up with you, man? It was perfect.
– 7-3. Bear in mind, it was 3-3. Mario He winning the next 4 racks to move within a couple of victory. On table 13, Wojciech Szewczyk, 2-0 up on Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. That's on the loser's side. Daniel Masayol going great guns against Loho Sum, 5-0 ahead. Also a loser's side match. Still, David Alcady and Mieszko Fortunski locked together at 7-7, coming up to 2 hours in progress. That match, it's been a real marathon. When you get to this stage, Carl, you're so close, aren't you, to that single elimination phase, the weekend, the television cameras, the arrival of the Sky Sports coverage, which will be beamed all around the world to a variety of TV stations. It's so important for these players to be involved, and that's why I think the pace of play in certain contests has definitely slowed.
Yeah, fully agree there, Phil. Always seems to be the case as well, just as the not that the first and second round matches are not important, but when it's so busy in here and there's a lot going on, it's almost like you're playing pressure free, but things have just gone up a notch or two, and this is what we love.
Of of course, for the players who are well accustomed to playing in the matchroom events, the introduction of the shot clock won't be a problem at all. They know exactly what to expect, what to do, how to handle it. He would be in that category, so too Hohmann. He's had a pretty good 2022, Mario. He was third in the Pro Players Championship at the Super Billiard Expo in Pennsylvania recently. Fourth in the Derby City Classic 9-ball. Third in the European Championship straight pool. Runner-up in the European 8-ball Championship to Ralph Souquet. Lost 8-5 in the final there to the veteran.
That was a little tight one, it hit both jaws, but it fell in.
On those 4-inch pockets that we had in Gibraltar at the Whirlpool Masters, I think that one would have been repelled.
This is a tiny bit like that 7-ball, isn't it, where he hacked it round the table and ended up scratching. This is a lot better though, just to find that gap there. It's a nice shot. Now he's back in prime location. He can play these 2 rails. It's down the right side of the table for the pink 4. What a chance to get on the hill. Talking of getting on the hill, table 2, David Al-Qaedi's got a 9-ball left. That's 7-7. Will he be the first to get to the hill?
The applause tells you Al-Qaedi did deposit the 9. So one away from qualification to the last 16.
Yeah, there's a healthy crowd over on the right side of the table, all singing David Al-Qaedi. But I think that's down to the sheer fact that that side of the arena is closest to the bar.
Al-Qaedi on the hill on table 2. Mario He on the hill on table 1. It's been a 5-rack burst from the Austrian. From 3-3, he has taken total command. But against a player of Hohmann's calibre, he won't be taking anything for granted. A couple of loser side matches to tell you about. Wojciech Szewczyk is 3-0 up on Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. Is the brave run of Francisco about to end? And on table 4, the World Pool Masters runner-up Lo Ho Sun, he finds himself in a deep hole against Daniel Maciol, who leads 6-0. Let's just take a quick look over onto table 2. Al-Qaedi breaking off, and you can see shaking his head because although he's knocked in the 1, the 2 is not available.
Yeah, that match has looked like it's had quite a bit of drama, so why would the drama stop there? It's got Hill Hill written all over it.
A match between Spain and Poland, 2 of the most successful nations in this year's event. John Lehman racking the balls. Is it going to be the final rack? It's going to be the final break off for he.
He's going to have a chance. And it is a good chance. I think he can just get into this cue ball enough to draw it over to the side rail for the 3 ball. He'd like to land straight on the 3 ball as well. Too much angle would mean he has to start flinging the cue ball around the table. So if he can just hold this and land straight, this match looks like it could be over. He's going to have a little bit of an angle, so he could have played a good shot here.
Apart from a blunder in rack 5, he's been pretty solid. Played that shot with lots of running side. Just swinging the cue ball around. 4 down the side rail. I think someone of his stamp, of his status, this really, aside from the pressure, should be straightforward goal.
Yeah, it was a tidy shot, that, wasn't it? To give himself this chance. You could see the use of the right English there. That's what pulled the cue ball back. And look at the angle he's got as well, so that's nice. He'll play this 2 rails.
We must reiterate, this is the winner's side, so Hohmann does have the consolation of a safety net by going into the losers qualification round. But it really does look as though Mario He is going to become the 7th player through to Super Saturday.
Been a strong performance, this. It's not the end for Thorsten Hohmann, though.
How about this? Mario He has won 45 racks in this tournament so far. He's